Hello everyone. So today I'll be explaining the remaining poem Goats and Monkey, which is written by Derek Walcott, as well as I will discussing the title of this poem, that is Goats and Monkey. So starting from the line 32, and so he barbarously arraigns the moon for all she has beheld since time began. Here, arraigns means seeing fault of someone. So here, the moon, that is Othello, is looking at Desdemona as if she is the one at the fault, as if she is the one who has betrayed his love for all she has beheld since time began. Since time began, many women were seen as unfaithful, but they were innocent. Like the time began, it might be a reference to Paradise Lost, in which Eve is seen as someone who did the act of sin by eating an apple, but it was Adam also who did the same sin, but Eve at particularly was seen as at fault. So clearly here Derek Walcott is trying to say that from long time women are seen as someone who are unfaithful and not innocent, and they are seen someone to be culprit for his own night-long lechery, ambition, while barren innocence whimpers for pardon. So these all adjectives have been used for Othello, that his lechery was at its peak, his ambition was at its peak, but he could not see was the innocence of his wife. So it is not because of her unfaithfulness that she was killed. It was because of Othello's inferiority complex and his lack of trust towards their relationship towards Desdemona, which led to the murder of Desdemona. And it is still the moon, she silvers love, limps lechery, and stares at a disgrace. Her only annihilation can resolve the pure corruption in her dreaming face. So while she was being killed, she was dreaming about her husband, that how secure she is with the husband. But it turned out to be ironical because she was the most unsafe. She didn't know that she'll be killed by her own husband, and it is the most unsafe place for her life. So her innocence did not work as a shield for her, but as a further proof for corruption, because Othello did not see her as an innocent person because of Iago's corruption, because Iago's corrupted Othello's mind, and as a result, he could not see innocence, he could not see love and trust. All he could see that she was unfaithful towards him. A bestial comic agony, we harden with mockery at the black mood who turns his back on her. So, a bestial, again comparing him to animal imagery. Throughout the poem, Othello has been compared with animal imagery, and Desdemona has been seen as a white beauty. She's constantly compared with the moon because of the white race or the color. We harden the mockery at the black mood, again reference to the racism, the color, particularly black, who turns his back on her, who kills what like a clear moon, cannot abhor her element night, his grief partial knotted in a handkerchief, a Sibyl's. So Othello turns his back towards Desdemona's love and trust and fall towards his suspicion while murdering her. His only trust was on the handkerchief given by Iago, which turned out to be the murder weapon. So he could not see the clear moon, that the innocence of Desdemona, and the only element, only suspicion was the handkerchief acting as a proof of the unfaithfulness done by Desdemona. Sibyl is a woman who makes prophecies and considered as a witch. So Othello assumes her to be an unfaithful woman who destroyed his life. So this is the reason that he kills Desdemona. He assumes her to be unfaithful. Prophetically stitched remembrance, webbed and embroidered with the zodiac, this mystical horned beast who is no more monstrous for being black. So this story is still remembered not because a black man killed a white woman, but because of a handkerchief, that is a suspicion, because of jealousy, she was killed. Horned beast who's no more monstrous for being black refers to. So the poet ends the poem by asserting that mystical horned beast is no more monstrous for being black. So Othello did not do the savage thing because he was black. He did the savage thing because of his nature. So Walcott also alludes to the fact that Othello might be bestial or savage not because of his race alone. He did not do this because of his race, because he was black, but because of the sexual angst that he suffers from being a black man who feels insecure, uncertain of white love. Walcott attacks the social stereotyping practiced by the white Venetian society that honors Othello military valor but cannot accept him as a suitor, husband of white woman. The native must know his place, and if he dares to transgress, then he must become the victim of the hellish labyrinth of his mind. The, it, Derek Walcott wants to tell the reader that how blacks are expected as a military leader or a worker or a slave, but he is never accepted in the inner circle. That is, he is never be accepted as a suitor or a husband, or in a personal space he'll never be accepted. Now I'll be telling about the title, how goats and monkey, though it is a story of Desdemona and Othello, and how racism was so much prominent, and what does the title signify. So the title of the poem, Goats and Monkeys, is an example of supreme irony. The poet turns Othello into an allegorical figure with whom he can identify because he too is black, competing for recognition in a white society. Derek Walcott wants to change his thought that black is evil, white is good, black is corruption, white is innocence, black is destroyer, and white is creator. So Derek Walcott is comparing his situation with Othello, that both had the talent, but they could not be accepted by, they are not accepted by the society, and he wants to diminish the stereotypical thing that how black is seen as evil and white is seen something as pure. Lecherous men are sometimes called goats, and when made to act like fools, they are dubbed monkey. In the play, Iago sees Othello as a lecher, then sets out to make a fool of him. So earlier, because Othello was a goat, he was a lecher person, and then he turned out to be a monkey because he became a laughing stock throughout the centuries. And both are given the animal name because black race is seen as savage, uncivilized, next to animal. So here animal imagery is used in the title, and goats because they are the lecherous, and monkey because they are the laughing stock for the people. So these two animals are particularly used. Secondly, because of racial discrimination, blacks are associated with savage, brutal, uncivilized, and linked with animal imagery. So throughout the poem, Derek Walcott has used animal imagery for Othello and Desdemona as mood. So thank you for watching this video, and if you want us to make a particular video on any topic, poem, play, novel, do mention in the comments.